Who would like to remind us what happened last week?
Dinner party. And then an asshole showed up to the dinner party.
And then invincible dogs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They seem pretty weak to me.
And we dispelled them, and we let Antares dispel one to make himself feel powerful.
Yeah, that's definitely how it went down.
Wasn't it more kind of...
Go ahead.
Wasn't it more kind of a you-go deal with that?
Yeah, kind of.
At least on my end, I felt it like, you're going to take credit for this anyway. Why don't you do something?
Yeah, it was more of a, why don't you, actually go do something?
And then a line of questioning happened that involved Zone of Truth. And turns out the Lord's sister, who was involved in all this, doesn't really like her brother that much and kind of wants him dead. Inferred entirely because she can't lie.
I kind of got the sense that it was more just this is the way being in a royal or a noble family works. I don't think there was... Actually, I think there was a creepy lack of malice in the entire proceedings.
Yeah, it was very sort of surgical.
It was more that she wants power more than she wants her brother to be alive.
Yeah, that's kind of psychotic, actually.
It is psychotic.
Just to state, you guys have never gotten that feeling with Zoe and her family.
There's exceptions to every rule.
Yeah, I just didn't want that people to think that.
I think that's maybe why it stood out, because it's exactly the opposite of how we have seen Abigail's family working so far.
I've been thinking about that, and I think Fire has been thinking, which one is the outlier? Is Zoe's family extremely good, and everyone is normally evil, or is this family especially shitty and not everyone is bad? I don't know.
Both are true.
Zoe would like to think it's good. It's probably more lawful.
I think it's a case of Zoe's family is the outlier, and this family is also exceptionally shitty and broken. And I will take the dry laugh from the DM as confirmation of that fact.
I'm not saying anything.
No, you don't have to.
Yeah, what else happened?
Oh, at the beginning, Fire had a brilliant idea of mushroom jacking, the carriage that was coming for Zoe.
Mushroom jacking.
He did.
I felt smart.
You were smart. And Pert masterfully hid the mushroom on the cart, such as that it would probably not get dislodged within 100 years. And at the end, we decided that we're going to deal with this wizard asshole now. Let's go find him. That's where we left off.
No, technically we were going to go back to the house so Zoe could go get flats.
Oh, yeah,
and people could get armor.
We were taking a short rest, during which I believe we planned to fill Zoe's father in on everything.
Yeah.
And I think most of that hour Rizwan is probably going to spend putting her hair back up.
Yeah, so after the dinner, you reconvene with these two members of the Platinum Army that were also there as backup, Phelan and Lieutenant Lawlor. And Lawlor had, instead of sticking around the house to try and help with the
yeah, I got like
immediate
an hour
threat,
there, 40 minutes after that.
Down the person
so
who
not much,
but
D&D usually ends 3 hours before work, so hopefully get another 2-hour nap.
And she...
and then I have all of Monday off, so...
lose him, but he was going towards the northwest.
I have no plans Monday.
Looking a little worse for wear, stumbling around a bit.
Do we know if Trevelyan has apprentices?
I don't think we have heard of anything like that.
You would know, or I think you know that at least most of the magical training that the children do is done by Anna and not Trevelyan.
Right. So,
but that doesn't necessarily mean he doesn't have an apprentice.
Right. I just my character's brain is going. If he's as powerful as he puts on, I don't see him willingly weakening himself that much. If that makes sense.
Question. Not that Rizwin is going to address the lieutenant directly, but did she, right?
Yes.
Did she indicate, because there was like a cloak, she couldn't get a look like if this appeared to be a man or a woman or anything like that?
She says she thinks it's probably a man, but she was not getting close enough to get a good look at his face. Like, she was not gonna chance that.
Did Zoe get a look through Owl's eyes?
No.
Okay.
Well, we're going to be in the same area anyway. I don't know. I was just kind of wondering out loud if there was any value in dropping in on Anna, but that might be...
No, that might be pushing it.
Yeah. I guess maybe if we knew for sure that it matched her description, that might make more sense, but...
And I don't know if we want to, quote-unquote, deal with Anna yet. At least Fire doesn't know if that's still the correct decision. The wizard, yes. Anna, I don't know.
Well, I was coming at it more from the perspective of maybe that was her that blew the door open, but I think with the evidence we have currently, we should probably still leave her in the save column.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so he wants to save everyone.
Even
Antares.
That's the word I was looking for.
Yes, but possibly also punish him a bit.
Uh-huh.
Yes, but not that hard.
We will save you by killing you.
Save him by making him do menial labor.
I mean, you can save his soul. Send it on to the next life.
So he doesn't have ceremony.
Who said you had to do the saving?
In this book, in exactly what I said was Zoe saving people. Zoe wants to save people.
Anyway.
So you take the carriages that you occupied to the Van Ursel estate back to Zoe's house. One of your carriage drivers is Phelan.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the one that Camille and Fire and Am are in.
Yep.
Isn't the other one the lieutenant, though?
No, the other carriage driver is... The lieutenant was already at the house. Your other carriage driver is like an actual carriage driver.
Okay, gotcha.
I believe it was listed as an employee of the carriage, like just the on-employee carriage driver for the Van Ursel family. Or Van Edel. God damn it.
Van Edel. I'm sorry that I made another name that was too close to the surname of your character.
Especially because I'm not used to using it.
I thought it sounded nice.
It's fine. I messed up what Zoe's last name was supposed to be, so...
Pardon my typing, I'm just making a note for the future.
Note for future. Don't use more Vaughns.
Okay, you arrive back at the house within like 2 minutes. Everybody is, you have all of your weapons back. You are still in your fancy clothes, although some of you, that is just your regular clothes.
He'll attack.
Yeah, Rizun will also retrieve her breastplate.
Okay, everyone, chop chop. Go to get your stuff.
And
then
you are taking your rest here.
We are taking a short rest.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think that's fine to take the rest here while we inform Zoe's father of everything that's happened.
Okay. Yeah. Camille, Fire, and Pert. No, Camille, Amma, and Pert. You're the ones in the
one of those two that isn't Rizwan and Zoe. So
yeah. Okay.
I feel like the cat is with Rizwan and Zoe.
Okay, so Camille, Fire, and...
No, I remember last week specifically.
Oh, no, you are correct.
Fanlin wanted to pet the cat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with Zoe, I think.
Okay. Then when the three of you depart, the three that are in Phelan's carriage, he looks around a bit lost and says, shall I wait for you to grab your things and we can continue on?
Potentially? Assume yes. If not, then we'll go from there.
I shall wait right here then.
This man is incredibly eager.
All right, Phelan is waiting for you in one of these carriages.
I mean, I would assume that one of the Platinum Mermaid people will come as a match set, so if one's leading us, the other's going to come along.
No, I think Lalor stayed behind.
Oh, so they just gave us directions?
She said he was heading towards the northwest, but she lost him fairly quickly.
Okay. I thought she tracked him for fair enough well that she could get us in a more general area.
She probably would have given you a place to start.
Okay.
You go in the house?
Yes.
I thought. Okay.
No, speak up. Yeah, I thought.
No. I thought we were already doing that.
Yeah, to be honest, I thought we said we were going in and changing and doing hair and things.
Yeah, I got distracted by my own NPC. So everybody's in the house. You are changing back into battle clothes while also getting a proper short rest, so nothing too strenuous. Nicholas Bonetto comes to greet you as you're changing and just stands outside the door, does not look in, and says, how did it go?
Who did he go to?
Probably.
I think just... Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Nobody's dead.
I think Rizun probably just opens the door and I guess takes charge of explaining what happened.
Okay. He listens intently, and at the end he kind of frowns and says, I must admit I was expecting something a lot worse.
We all did, I screamed from the other door.
Should I read that as you are suspicious that it was too easy?
I am suspicious, yes.
There was some concern during the fight that something happened here, actually.
Things have been quiet here. But if they were going to strike somewhere else instead, there were other targets for them. I'll see what I can come up with.
Is that something that we would have heard about by now, do you think?
Not necessarily. It depends on what it was.
Well, our intention right now is to follow up on the mushroom that we left in the carriage earlier.
He can't help but laugh a little at that.
I hope Tommy's okay.
Rizvin's laughing a little too.
Well, I will ask around. I have a couple of people that, if there was any disturbances, they'll have heard about it.
Given the magical nature of the attack and the direction which the attacker headed afterwards, I think it's fairly safe to say that Treverian is responsible, if not directly involved. But then we probably already knew that.
He looks down at your newly armored form. I take it that means you're going after him.
I don't know if we're intending to attack tonight or just gather information. Basically, we're going to stick our head in the beehive and see what tries to sting us, I think.
You had better make sure she comes back.
With my life.
He just gives you one more look and walks away to go do his job.
Just for your information, there was more significance to that statement than one might assume.
Mm-hmm.
What statement?
She really meant it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you repeat the statement?
Not sure quite how to explain it.
Nicholas said, "You make sure my daughter comes back," and Grisman said, "With my life."
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
Just imagine what a dragon making an oath would look like if you didn't know it was a dragon.
Oh.
Whatever that is, I don't know.
What are the rest of you doing to get prepared?
I think Pert is incredibly calmly sitting at a table, having just grabbed the first pot of boiling water he could get from the servants, and is just drinking a quiet tea while sharpening a knife.
I think Camille's, especially after the dream, is just contemplating, looking at his medallion, maybe just kind of opening himself up to the universe at this point, because I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I think Fire doesn't have a lot to prep on. Only grab his shield, so he will be playing with Melas while Ama change clothes.
Okay.
And then once Alma's finished changing clothes, Alma will join them.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody, I get completes a short rest if you are short resting.
Yay, I am back at almost full everything.
Cries and spell
Warlock.
slots at long rest.
Yeah.
Warlocks are bullshit. Warlocks also have no spell slots.
Warlocks excel at lots of little fights instead of one really big fight.
Which is a problem when most people don't like to do the hot little rests.
Mm-hmm. All right. Everybody is re-armored and ready to go. What do you do?
I think we go and walk this, because the cart would be bad idea.
And we keep asking about what draws more attention. I guess in that part of the city, the carriage would draw more attention.
Yeah. I mean, can I suggest that you take the carriage part way and then walk the rest of it?
That actually seems kind of smart.
Sounds smart.
We walk the last bit of it at least.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it sounds like we didn't just make Fallen wait for nothing.
I think even if we were just walking, he would probably be coming with us.
We go on charge.
All right. Is everybody's piling into the one carriage?
If we think that we can all if we can all fit in there, yeah.
Somebody's going to be sitting on somebody else's lap, but
I think
you can fit.
Or sitting with the driver.
I think Pert is either sitting on the roof if it's heavy enough, or else sitting on the bumper if it's too light.
You can sit with it. The driver is almost have room for two. You can probably sit up with the driver. You're the least conspicuous.
Well, and Pert kind of just fades from your attention when he's got his hood up anyways, so...
Mm-hmm.
Is
So
the
Pert-
roof
Footmen
safe
step on
or
the
no?
back.
Is there I don't know that you could sit on the roof safely.
Okay, then he'll take the butt.
Okay. Pert is sitting on the butt of the carriage.
Yeah, he is actually on watch, but he is hood up, sitting there as if, I'm just the doorman, the carriage is too full, but because he is hood up, he is... Oh yeah, there was somebody on that carriage.
Yeah. Cloak active. Melis just sprawls out over three of you. Is anybody sitting up front with Phelan?
I'm big. I'll do it.
Well, I was tempted to say by some karmic misfortune, maybe Rizwin ends up there.
If you want,
If you want that
She doesn't
karmic-
want to, but I
No,
think
but-
it would be interesting.
Okay.
if you want that to happen, that happened.
Tell you
All
what.
right.
Do you want it just pure karma? So like nibbles and fire roll, high roll is up by Phelan?
Unless you want to roll Kwasa, I think I'd rather just say Rizwin.
Yeah.
If you want that for RP, go for it.
Rizwin is unhappy.
Just go.
Okay.
All right. So you scooch in beside Phelan. He seems oblivious to your discomfort.
Yay.
And on you go. Driving not terribly fast through the streets. Just fast enough to not really draw too much attention. Pert, please make me a perception check.
Yes, this is why Pert is here.
Rizwin can also make me a perception check for each end of the carriage.
Why are you at disadvantage?
Because it's night.
I thought they
I
had
have dark vision.
Oh, you do have dark vision. I forgot.
Actually,
I'm at disadvantage because I'm sitting next to a member of the Platinum Army.
I was going to say, but Pert should be at disadvantage if it's if it's
Yes.
dark enough.
Yes, Perch should be a disadvantage.
Well, I
Still
rolled a
pretty good.
6. That's still pretty nice.
Yeah. You pass by a few carriages, some people. Nobody really jumps out at either of you as being overtly suspicious. But there are people out and about. It just seems like a regular night. After like 5 minutes of just riding in silence, Phelan pops up. You and your friends did very well in there. You're all quite skilled.
Thanks.
And he just like doesn't quite know where to go from there.
Your lieutenant is an interesting person.
Yes. She is the general's right-hand woman and sort of the stick to her carrot.
Would I know who the general is?
I think somebody has mentioned her before.
Or you could ask.
No. I guess more specifically, I was wondering, is the general just a general? Does the general report to someone?
The general would report to some. Make me a history check. I mean, you're pretty sure the generals in the Platinum Army would work underneath the Paladin, but...
Okay. I just wasn't sure if, like, there was one general that was the Paladin, or if it was someone else.
No, the Paladin is the Paladin.
The commander-in-chief, as it were.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Rizun probably just lets that hang there.
Mm-hmm. I hope she didn't intimidate you too much.
Oh, no. It's fine.
A few more seconds of silence.
Would you like me to roll a deception check on that?
Sure.
Wow.
Wow.
Stories being told.
I mean, let me roll here.
How
You
cute is
literally
this
can't not beat that.
Well, I tried.
I mean, with a 0, wouldn't you just tell the truth?
Oh god, you could have not beaten that too.
Yeah, I could have. That's why I rolled. I could have not beaten that.
He doesn't seem very wise, so I'm glad his stats reflect that.
The question is, does he realize it, or does he go full Frodo, fine, keep your secrets?
I think he lets that hang for a minute and says it is all right to be intimidated by such an intimidating woman. There's no shame in that.
I think she just nervously clears her throat.
So where did your friend get that dragon armor?
I believe he acquired it from an armor smith in Marielda.
That's quite impressive. I'm told that many of the generals in the Platinum Army have sets similar to that. I've only seen the one, of course.
It is at this point that I should ask, does Rizwin know what that armor does?
I don't think so.
Okay. She just knows where it came from.
Mm-hmm.
That's impressive.
Yes, they, well, many of the generals are. I guess old war heroes. My understanding is that there were a number of campaigns against a few particularly nasty red dragons in Brogel. Although it sounds like they're all dead now.
Oh. If only he knew, right?
Uh-huh. Well, I'm sure there is no shortage of evil, no matter where you go in the world. Plenty to keep us busy.
All sorts of mindless, nasty beasts everywhere.
Indeed. Maybe not everywhere, hopefully not everywhere. I think this is the place. The carriage slows down, and you come to a crossroads in the sort of middle north district of the city. This was the last place that Lalor saw her target.
Sight probably being the smallest one in the carriage, so he tries to get out of it as quick as possible so she's not crammed in between people anymore.
Yeah. She's always the one in the middle seat.
At least she wasn't the one in the lap this time.
That was
Oh.
Malice's job.
That was Melis. Melis didn't mind
Mel's
so
within
much.
several laps, I'm sure.
Just to confirm, Phelan does seem completely oblivious, right?
He's pretty oblivious.
Okay.
I imagine at some point you're in the carriage and Melas heard something, as cats do, and he just steps in four legs here, looking at the window, one leg in a different of our legs.
Just remember, he's got 6 legs to work with, not just 4.
Yeah,
Yeah. All the better to stand on the sensitive parts.
Bless you, plate armor.
Bless you, Bumper.
Let's get out, get ourselves organized.
Okay, you all exit the carriage.
fumble out.
Mm-hmm.
Should I try it here?
Let's get closer into the district.
Yeah, what's the range? How long does it last, and how many times can you do it?
5 miles. If it's in the range, I just know. I know
Okay.
where it is, and I can do it like 3 times without actually being hurt of my energies.
Are we within 5 miles of the edge of the city at this point? I would assume so.
You would be, yes. At least this, like, the northern edge of the city.
Yeah.
Will the knowledge stay in your mind, Fire, or is it something you have to concentrate on to keep remembering where it is?
I will. It's like if you say me a number, I will just get the number. But if you ask 5 minutes later, I might forgot. So I will tell you when the number is, so I don't forget.
Yeah, out of character, it's basically you can just say like 1.5 miles that way or something, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Phelan claps his hands together. What are we doing?
Looking for mushrooms.
Magic mushrooms.
Excellent.
Literally no further explanation. Just looking for mushrooms.
He seems confused but eager.
That seems to be his MO.
This poor muffin.
This poor muffin, if he comes along, he's going to be in for a shock.
Guys, I have a problem.
Uh-oh. Did you not take it?
I forgot.
You had 2 days. You had already cast the spell.
No. I don't have it prepared. I prepare my spells for the big day, and this wasn't one of them. And when the opportunity showed up, I said, "Oh, I can do that," and I didn't thought it's not prepared.
You would have prepared your spells before we put the mushroom in the cave.
Yeah, like we put the mushroom a couple hours before we went to the thing. So
yeah,
I will let Jamie rule on this then.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's totally fair to say that Fire hasn't had a chance to change the spells.
I am extremely sorry if this annoy any player, but I think it's on flavor that Fire has this great idea. And, oh yeah, I didn't bring that today.
I think there was a resounding facepalm from several people.
I am currently facepalming in real life.
I'm sorry.
Also, I'm annoyed because I would have put the owl to trail the cart if I had known that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can proceed in with what limited options we have, or the mushroom's probably going to still be there tomorrow. We can come back first thing tomorrow evening.
What time of day is it?
Like, it's probably about 11 p.m. by now. It's late.
Okay, dumb question. Is there an inn nearby we can stay in the area? Or should we go back to the mansion?
I mean, I'm sure you can find an inn nearby.
Yeah.
Relatively nearby.
Because if it's 11...
Pert could...
We could...
scout the area.
Yeah, Pert could scout the area for a little bit. If we get to an inn and rest for the evening, we could be up at first light, hopefully before anything... Before Trevelyan has a chance to sort of get ready for the day. Granted, if his magic functions anything like ours, he will have a chance to rest. So our options are we can have Pert scout, see if he can find any information, and go from there. And I think if that fails, then we try to find a rest area. And
yeah, honestly, I don't think we lose anything taking a long rest. Because the only thing we have to go off right now is the mushroom, and I don't think that's going to go anywhere overnight.
You see Fire a bit desperate. Like, I could knock it to Wizard if it's like 1,000 feet of me.
That's a bit much. 1,000 feet is a lot smaller than a 5-mile radius.
Yeah, it's a fifth of a mile, so it's like 25 times smaller.
Out of character, does anybody have locate object?
Not prepared, no. That's also only 1,000 feet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was going to say, if we're going to rest anyway, why don't we wander around and try pings and see if we get lucky, as many as we can.
I have locate creature prepare.
Does
that's a
that
thousand feet.
work if you don't, like, because you've never seen Trevelyan, right?
Yes, he has.
Yes, I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, he was in the room.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you were downstairs. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see what Pert's senses can find, and
So let Pert pound the pavement for an hour or two, and if he's got any suggestions, hey, I saw 3 carriages that looked similar this way. Let's go fire and just see if you get a ping.
Yeah, let's try that as a plan B. And then if it doesn't work, then we rest.
Okay, so we want to spend an hour, 2 hours wandering around?
Let's say it's 11. Do we want to come... Okay, this, before we finalize our plans, do we want to come back in the morning, or do we want to come back in the evening tomorrow?
I'm okay with the in idea, personally.
I am too. I'm just asking, like, in terms of sleeping, like, if we... Like, the question is, like, if we go to bed after an hour, we wake up 8 hours later, midnight to 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. If we stay out later, we're looking at closer to noon at that point. So I'm just asking, in terms of us approaching this potentially hostile situation, what is better for us? To wait until the evening or go in first thing in the morning?
I would say first thing in the morning, just because that's going to be less time for things to not be where they are right now.
Okay, then let's give it an hour and then rest.
On top of that, going in the morning suggests that they're either going to be convinced that at this point no one's following them, or conversely, that they've been intensely waiting all night for an ambush that hasn't shown up yet, so they're probably going to be off their rocker regardless.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Pert, do your thing. See what you can find out.
All right, Jamie, my suggestion, request, thought, those 3 topics would be a combination of either survival and investigation or perception and investigation.
I would say you can roll me. I'm going to give you 2 rolls. It's not going to be investigation because the area, like, investigation is more about examining smaller things, and this is a very large area you are trying to cover.
Yep.
You can make a perception. Another potential role I would offer you is persuasion. You can, like, there are, as in any city, there are homeless people. There are people wandering the streets at night. You can ask.
Yeah, that's the classic gather information stat for sure.
Yeah.
So I think what Pert will do is he'll go with the perception and persuasion, and he'll break a gold piece into, say, 5 silver, just so that way...
You just want 5 silver pieces?
Well, yes, but my point was that I was going to give, multiple small bribes just for that information.
Yeah.
But just in case the homeless people are pre-bribed, Pert will be doing the anonymous ghost thing of being just a little bit too stealthy, which might make him more suspicious, but a suspicious person handing out small chunks of silver who you can't identify is probably less risky than suspicious person walking around handing out gold to random bums and then asking questions, and he was a 7-foot-tall blue guy.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Make your rolls. I'm telling you right now, you better roll high. You better roll real friggin' high.
Yep. And disadvantage on the perception or normal?
Disadvantage because you are... Well, is Fire going with you, or are you by yourself?
Fire, you said you have an ability to locate a creature within a certain distance, right?
Yeah.
Then you should go with him
Yes,
and
sir.
use that spell if you have a good lead.
Okay.
Pert will let you know when to use it, okay?
Okay.
So you can roll the perception at normal
All right.
because fire is with you and assisting.
Then we will do that.
Do that one first. Oh. The persuasion, you can have fire assist you and roll at advantage, but if fire is there, like he is going to be identifiable. He does not have the same sneaky capabilities that you do.
And we don't have the time for him to get used to the cloak, so yeah. I think rather than taxing Fire's other abilities, Pert will try to be distracting so that Fire isn't the one that's noticeable instead.
I mean, no. It's more like, I think it's just like, you want my help, I will come along. If you don't want my help, I'm 2 steps back, but it's still with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
It's about if fire is helping persuade a person, people are going to notice the 7-foot tall frog.
beside the 7-foot-tall blue guy. Yeah, no, I get you. I think my persuasion's bad enough. I'm going to take the advantage.
Okay.
Bad enough with a 6.
Yes, it's bad.
I did say roll high.
I have 3 stats. I have 10 plus, I have 5, and I have 0 to 2.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think a 28 is enough. Because this is you're looking for a particular carriage in a very big city that's not just gonna be setting out in the open.
Worse, I'm looking for a design of carriage, so I'm looking, there's 14 carriages of that design in this 10-mile radius. Do you get a ping fire? No? Shit.
Yeah. You find a couple of people that look like you're pretty sure they're homeless and just, haunt this area. And they are receptive to your bribes, and they both tell you that there are a couple of carriages that sound like that come through here. Not many, but a couple. And they go, they're usually sort of on the main road going north to south. So you get the sense that if one of these carriages belong to him, or both of them belong to him, he's probably farther towards the very north end of the city. But you do not. Fire doesn't get any pings.
So I do the spell wherever I feel it's best and nothing, right?
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Roll me a D100. Yeah, you get nothing.
Does it change if I do another 2 shots of it?
No.
Well, you don't have the time to do 3 casts of that. That would be 3 hours.
It's an hour?
Yeah, it lasts for an hour. It's concentration.
But it's an action to cast.
Yeah, you could have it up for an hour, and over that hour, you don't get anything.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
I hear kettle.
Yes. Tea's in the making.
Excellent.
Well, I said, Bert, we go back?
Yeah. As much as I'm tempted to stay here and spend the night and just let the rest of you rest, the more responsible thing is to go back. And Pert will put a hand on Fire's shoulder and turn him around and head back to where the rest are waiting.
Okay.
Silently cursing himself, of course, but not blaming Fire.
No,
Assume-
that's Fire's job.
I assume the rest of us maybe just try to find an inn for the now 7 of us, because I get the feeling Phelan's not going anywhere now.
That depends. If you want him to come with you, he will stay. If you really don't want him to be there, you could probably convince him to go away.
I'm not the one who has a problem with him, so I'm fine with him staying around. He might have some set of experiences we don't have with dealing with stuff like this, so an outside opinion is good.
I mean, even though Pert sympathizes with Rizwan, he does like Phelan.
For the player's amusement, I'm going to state that Rizwan comes to the conclusion that it is more suspicious to try to get rid of him at this point.
Excellent.
That totally makes sense, actually.
All right. You all can absolutely find an inn to spend the night. It'll be like 2 gold for rooms for all of you, plus the, stabling for the horses and a place to stash your carriage.
That's fine. 5 gold in total, right? 5 gold each?
No, 2 gold.
Well, 2 gold in total.
Yes. It's it's not the nicest place, but it's fine. It's clean.
Is it discreet?
Yeah, pretty discreet.
What's the weather like?
Clear and muggy.
So the inn probably doesn't have a fire going.
No. It is middle to late summer. Fire and Perts meet up with you. You all I assume go to your rooms and have a long rest. Anything else you would like to do before you sleep?
I believe Pert's going to keep watch just from sheer paranoia for, not the whole night or anything, but a couple of hours at the start.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case someone somehow recognized them and followed them back or something crazy.
Not to the point where it would cause exhaustion, but I think Rizwan is not going to sleep much or very well and spend most of the night just sitting in the common room drinking something.
Yeah. Okay.
Kama will politely remind Fire to concentrate on what spells he wants for tomorrow. He says it with a lot of concern and care.
Okay.
It's like, you didn't do anything bad, just, be more attentive to your needs.
Okay.
And speaking of which, I'm going to swap out some spells.
All right. Anything else?
Zoe dimensions doors up to the roof and stays on watch.
Okay. The night is very quiet. As the sun starts to rise, dawn breaks. We are going to take a quick break. I
To rethink everything.
Not everything, but I have to write something.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. So I'm gonna make tea, and I'm gonna mute myself, and I'm gonna just do a bit of quick. I just need to write something down.
So a slightly more extended break.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe 10 minutes instead of 5.
It is very in Flavor Fire, so
It really
It
is.
was very good. And like,
It's not even a mistake. He had prepared his spells before he came up with this idea, so
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just meh.
It just is.
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
yep.
I'm gonna go make a milkshake.
Okay. Everybody back in 10. Okay, I think I have the thing I needed to write done.
You scare me.
But do you have your tea?
No, I have chips.
Weren't you getting a drink?
I also have a drink, but tea and chips don't go together.
Well, now I want chips.
How was your Chinese tie? Ty's not here.
I'm here.
Oh, how was your Chinese tie?
Slowly eating it. It's food for the next 2 days.
That's good.
I also had Chinese today.
I should get Chinese tomorrow.
I haven't had Chinese in a year. More than a
Mhm.
year. It was awesome.
I did not get groceries today.
I went today to the supermarket to get bread and other stuff, and I forgot the bread.
Yeah. The one, like, you go there for, like, I need this one thing, and then you come back without the thing.
Exactly.
I need light bulbs.
For some reason, the word buns is coming to my head.
Plain buns.
Light buns?
Plain buns.
I'm looking at stupid things.
That could be a lot of things with you, Nibbles.
Well, right now I'm trying to figure out why this 1 amp is $425 more expensive than this other one.
Are they made by the same company?
Yep.
Okay, so it's not the name on the front of it.
No.
Oh, took me a minute. An amp like for the guitar?
Yep.
I was thinking of the unit of measurement of current.
Hello.
Hello.
4 banana caramel peanut butter milkshake.
Did you figure it out, Nibbles?
Maybe. Because this other one is marked as actually being 600 watts. And it's like on their website, it's differentiated. So maybe that the other one just isn't 600 watts, but it doesn't say how many watts it is.
I mean, both of these are really expensive.
Yes, they are. Hey,
Also, this
read.
is nothing like any amp I've ever seen before. Most of the ones I see aren't rack mount.
Well, yeah, I would get the rack mount one just because the not rack mount one looks dumb. It's the same exact thing.
See, the only standalone amp I've ever seen was sitting on top of a Marshall speaker. So, Marshall amp on top of this Marshall speaker.
You mean that one? The same 240 watt 4x12 everybody has?
See, I figured it was just that Marshall, that the lyric group hang out with, was holding an amp.
Considering the last time I saw one of these in person, I was in 17.
I know nothing about amps.
Me neither.
I thought
Bigger
you knew
bird.
everything about amps, Koo.
Different kinds of amps.
Different kinds, and I know less of what I should.
Because there's volts, amps, and watts, and if you take volts and amps, you get watts.
Oh my god, why are the attenuators $1,300?
Oof. I don't even know what an attenuator is, and
I was going to ask, what's an attenuator?
You put it in line between the amp and the speaker so you can crank the amp without it actually being loud.
But why?
Because this is going to be in my house if I buy it.
Yeah, but why not just don't crank the amp?
Oh, because then I don't really know, but Quasta vacuum tubes at low voltages are less something. I'm not sure.
Is it a sound quality thing?
Yeah, basically. Like if you don't drive the amp enough, it will sound shitty.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of making the input less powerful, you make the output less powerful.
Did I hit my name in the middle of all of that?
Yeah, I was asking you if you had any insight on why underpowering a vacuum tube might matter.
I have zero information in my head about vacuum tubes.
Okay.
A lot of the times, things that have vacuum tubes in them don't actually do anything with the vacuum tube. These, I hope, would. But,
Well,
I mean, like...
I don't even think this amp is all solid state anyway, so maybe it doesn't matter. I'm not sure.
I know I've seen a lot of, like, $400 stereo equipment, and it's like, it has a vacuum tube, and people pull them apart, and, like, the vacuum tube literally just has power on it to light.
I believe that, yes.
I'm going to post the first Google response because it's hilarious. Go ahead, Koo, sorry.
With that amount of money, I will always do a lot of research because I will want to trust the company that make them, and well, if it's expensive, it means it's better, right? Not necessarily.
I could buy a graphics card for this much money.
You could buy a graphics card today for this much money.
Yes, that was what I was saying.
I mean, I'm not actually buying this. I just want to.
So this is up there with your Supra?
No, this is more reasonable than a Supra.
What is a Supra?
A car.
How about a lifted half ton?
Unpractical car.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Meow?
Oh?
Oh.
Mrs. Here's Joe.
Is everybody here and ready to go?
I believe so.
Ready.
Apologies, my kettle is caked with lime right now, and I need to clean it, which delays the boiling.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Okay. You all wake up the next morning.
How bad is this inn that we are in?
It's clean. It's small. Like, the rooms are small. You're hanging off the bed.
It's the medieval equivalent of Motel 8.
Yeah.
But
Did they leave
it's
the light on for us?
Yeah, actually, there is a little street lamp in front of the inn.
it's not like
Wait, there's street lamps here? Sorry, Quest. Are
Sorry.
they gas powered or?
Yes.
No, you
They're
didn't
like
have
the
that
ones
many
that you
beans.
have to have a lamplighter go around and light.
Right. Okay. That's cool.
It's only in it's not in all of the districts of the city, but this is like kind of just okay enough to have a few.
Lamplighters won't immediately get robbed and beaten here, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, I think we wake up and all eyes turn to fire.
Sure. I can even cast it as a ritual. So ritual cast.
Druid doesn't have spellbook.
You're where are you doing this? Are you like sticking in your room, or are you going out front?
In a room, I
Okay.
think. I do the thing.
Locate animals or plants in 5 miles. All right. You do indeed get a ping. Mostly north and a little bit west from where you are, like maybe just under a mile away.
I point in the direction and say the number. Please, someone remember it.
How's Phelan right now?
Phelan is like just waking up, opens the door and says, breakfast first?
Quickly.
Excellent.
Very quickly. Get a hard-boiled egg.
Why don't we have a quiz room?
There's your breakfast. I hand him a shroom.
Thank you. Eats the shroom. Oh, that's quite good.
It's magical. It'll feed you for a whole day.
It's magically delicious.
Color of the good shrooms. They purple.
Never thought of that.
I always view them as sort of like a faintly phosphorescent blue.
I want to think they're all different colors. And
That was my instinct too.
they're all different colors, and some of us think they mean different flavors. Other things, they all taste the same.
Fruit Loops.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, let's go.
All right.
I give shrooms for everyone, by the way.
Yeah,
And
this is not the sort of motel that has breakfast.
I look Phelan right in the eyes and I'm saying, you are responsible for your own safety going into this. Be aware
He gives
of
you
that.
a salute.
If you don't feel you can handle it, leave.
I will do my best to not be a burden on you.
And I'm not saying it to be me. Like Kama's not saying it to be me. It's just matter of fact, one silver to another.
Yeah.
It's like if you feel like you're going to be a detriment to the mission, GTFO.
I think Phelan doesn't seem to take it hard at all. It feels to Camille very much like Phelan has seen you fight now, and he kind of gets it.
Does he get it yet as to like what Kamel is or any of the others, or is he kind of just like, huh?
He understands that you are all very powerful in ways that he is not.
Okay.
I mean, we don't know that yet. Maybe he is powerful.
All right. You walk down the stairs from the second floor and exit the inn. And as you're walking out, you notice a there's a lot of people out and about this morning. And there seems to be a lot of talking amongst people. And you see a little crowd around, like, a local notice board.
Ooh, I apologize for interrupting. Can I retroactively do a thing I was going to ask Zoe to do last night?
Okay.
I was going to, or she probably would have done it herself, but we would want to notify Gwen to tell Nicholas that we were spending the night out.
Yeah, and Zoe would have said no.
Okay.
Zoe's not putting that type of worry onto her sister.
Damn.
With respect to thinking out more, is that less worry than the worry of not coming back?
To a 16-year-old, yes.
Okay.
There's
Also,
probably a bit of an argument, but we won't roleplay that, and that's it.
also, Zoe's been up on the roof all night on watch. Did she not see somebody go to this notice board that would have been causing a bother?
I mean, you would have seen, like, a few people come and just hammer up notices. It's a thing that happens. That's what notice boards are for.
Not
Nothing
usually in the middle of the night, though.
Well, it would have been like first thing in the morning.
So not unnoticed for a town crier to go to a message board at 6 a.m. in the morning and put up a notice.
Yeah, like just as the sun is rising, before everybody starts waking up. There was, there was not one person. There was like 3 people posting separate notices. Do you go see what it is?
The notice board.
Yeah, if it's
All
causing
right.
enough of a commotion.
You very quickly identify amongst the notices what is causing the stir. There is a very fancy, official-looking piece of paper nailed onto this board with the motif of a sun rising over some fields. You see a notice that says, "The Sunrise Palace has declared they will no longer tolerate worship of the Church of Misfortune. For too long, the leaders of the city have stood by while this evil has spread. Lathander and those that follow him will stand idle no longer. Any who continue to abide by the influence of the demon goddess will feel the full might of the sun."
Holy shit. We'll say after someone explain what's in there.
For those of you who are not locals, Rizwin and Zoe would both know that the Sunrise Palace is the Church of Lathander.
And they just declared war after way too long of silence.
Uh-huh.
That's a problem.
Is it?
It complicates things a lot.
Actually, does it?
I mean, it distracts Antares.
Kind of uncomplicates things for us, honestly.
I mean, if they're willing to sort of fight against him.
It depends why this is happening.
That's true. What changed?
Is there any other notices on the board that seem outstanding? Or...
There's one about littering. There's a couple of like job offers.
Okay, so nothing.
Let's grab that job offer and run to this highway.
Who's in charge of the Church of Lathander when the Paladin's not around?
Zoe would know. At least the last time that she lived here, which was not that long ago. Raul Esta, which would be her mother's... I guess it would be her mother's older brother. No, sorry. It would be her mother's uncle?
So her great uncle.
Yeah, I can't quite remember how far away from the main family Gabrielle was. But it's somebody
She was
related.
8th in line.
Hmm?
She was 8th in line.
8th in line. So, yeah, probably your mother's uncle. Oh, fuck, how do I spell this? U-L.
So, I think we need to go investigate the church, the other church.
Let's first of all, let's get to a place where we can talk.
Mm-hmm.
Can we still do the thing?
Not out in the open. So we do that. Which church?
To be please clarify what you mean. Are you talking about the Church of Bishaba, the Church of Lathander, the Children of Carol, the Platinum Army? There are many churches in town right now.
The Platinum Army is not a church, as far as Zoe's aware. It might be a church, but Zoe's not aware of it. The Torch of Misfortune is a cult.
So you're suggesting that we investigate the Church of Lathander?
Right now?
We need to figure out what's changed. They have been quiet for a long time, and now they're not.
Can you, while we're in the middle of this, could you potentially message your sister and ask her to ask your father what's going on?
Sure.
You're messaging Gwen?
Yeah. She messages Gwen saying, ask Father if something's changed with the Church of Lathander. I will message you again in 10 minutes, and then waits 10 minutes to get a...
Yep, you get a response. After like 30 seconds. Father says there was a disturbance at the Esta household last night. But guards were told it was fine. Seemed pretty minor.
I think we got the real target.
Maybe Antares got cocky and thought he could get away with something after what happened.
No, I think this is a smokescreen for the children to do something else.
Yeah, I think the children are trying to shift blame onto the Church of Bishaba.
To be fair, in order to what happened last night and we were there, to be that a ruse, they would have known we were hearing and plan on saying all that stuff. And I'm good at catching lies, by the way.
I don't think it was a lie.
It's possible they had more than one plan in place.
Yeah.
And they wanted... The conversation on that meeting was because the thing wasn't ready. But the other thing was ready, so they didn't need to talk about it.
Hey, Fire, make me an insight check.
I'm Fire.
Yep. So you definitely didn't get the sense from that meeting that they were lying or trying to, like, deceive listeners or something. But you also did go and ambush one of them after the meeting. And these people are probably kind of paranoid.
Yeah. I relate that.
Well, I guess we know where her loyalties lie then.
We knew that before.
I was hoping she would see reason.
I don't know that this is. I mean, it's a bad thing, but I don't think it contradicts our goals.
No, I think if we go investigate why Lathander's doing
BB.
what they're doing, that's playing it directly into their hand. That's what they want.
I mean, our eventual goal is to deal with the Church of Bashaba anyway, right?
Long term, yes. I think still the immediate goal is to stop the children from riling up the populace and fomenting a revolution or another Marialda or another Karkamot.
Right. So this, in the short term, I think probably gives us more freedom to act against the children without drawing attention to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And in the long term, it gives us more freedom to act against the Church of Bashaba, because now we can just go to the Church of Lathander and say, hey, we're here to fight. Where do we sign up? Instead of having to start it on our own.
Yeah. Although I think that dealing with Antares is going to be a protracted thing and might not be something we can do immediately.
The big badness that comes out of all this is the suffering that the city is going to go through in the meantime, but I don't think that was avoidable anyway.
Unfortunately, no.
How's Phelan looking hearing this entire conversation?
He doesn't really seem to understand the gravity of it. Like, he's not from this city.
Yeah, I meant more. How is he reacting to us openly talking about trying to sway the politics in the city?
He seems to be kind of taking it in stride.
Okay. I mean, Zoe, you know the city better than the rest of us. Am I talking nonsense, or what do you think?
So, out of character, I'm not quite understanding what you're saying.
Okay. Do you want us to meta it so you can kind of get a head around it?
Yeah.
Out of character, basically, I'm saying this seems like a good thing for us. It's going to take attention away from us while we deal with the children, because there'll be this whole other thing going on, and we can operate without causing a lot of political problems at this point, probably.
Yeah.
And then once we're done with that, when we get to the point that we do want to go kill Antares, we now have a whole church of allies.
So, I think the church is now being run by the children.
That's okay. Metagaming, that is a leap of logic I can't follow. That makes no logical sense to me.
Does Zoe voice this?
I'm going to explain it to you guys, because this is where my logic is coming from. There wasn't a disturbance at that other location. We have established that we have heard that they were going to do something that makes Antares look bad. What if they figured out we knew this, and they instead did whatever they have to do to make it so they look like the head of who's currently running the other church? The other church is a known fixture, and people will follow it if things start happening, so they can start running rucksack over everything because they are the proper church of the city.
You think they replaced him?
or took control of his mind or something.
That actually does make sense.
That makes sense.
If you have a way of articulating that, yeah, that I would agree that's the thing. I still think we should. If it happens, Trevelyan is still the one who did it, and we should still focus on Trevelyan immediately and see if we can get information or answers from them.
I don't disagree with you, but I don't think we can just, hey, we're going to team up with them, because we could just be doing the children's dirty work for them.
Right.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I apologize. Sorry. Go ahead.
I think we are still on our own here. Yes, Jamie?
The people who were listening in on the children's meeting, you very much got the sense that they were feeling like enemy numero uno is Antares.
And now the church is feeling that enemy numero uno is Antares. At least the god that he protects, which is him.
You know what? Make a lot of sense.
Yeah. Can we extrapolate that we had a version of that conversation in character?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that actually does make sense. Okay.
We're not sure, but also we're not sure.
I think either way, though, that doesn't change what we're doing this morning, right?
I don't think it can.
Okay.
I think we've committed enough to this, and we know where this wizard is. If we can, I'll put the cards on the table. If we can convert him, great. If we can get information from him, great. If we kill him and can find out information from his notes or whatever, great.
I will go for the third.
Do we have any information about how powerful he is? Can we even potentially kill him?
Nope. But we need to try.
From every conversation we've seen with him in that meeting, he is neck deep in with these people. He is complicit, as far as I'm concerned.
He's essentially leading them at this point, isn't he?
He's their big gun. He is their warship. He is their trebuchet. You know what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they also voted him as, we want you to lead.
Did they?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
Want to, I believe. I wasn't there, but
They more or less said that like none of them were fit to lead permanently. In the interim, it's Fordrilla calling the shots, but she seems to listen to Trevelyan a lot.
Yeah. So I think dealing with Trevelyan removes a pillar from this cell, and that is very important.
If I may.
Outside opinions would be fantastic.
Last night, Lieutenant Lalor said that the person she was following seemed to be, well, a bit out of sorts. If it was this Trevelyan, and perhaps he had to do both an attack on the Esta family and on the Van Ursels.
He would have been weakened.
Indeed.
Oh, that makes sense.
I admit I do not know very much about wizardry, but perhaps he is still not fully recovered.
It's possible. Those of us with magic are far more less studied.
Shit gets tired, yo.
But I think our young friend here is right, and we should press this advantage if we have one.
Well, then let's put all the cards on the table. Are we going there today intending to kill Trevelyan?
If we have to, yes, I would prefer to not kill someone if we don't have to, but if he leaves us no choice, then yes.
I strongly suspect that any confrontation we get into with him is not going to be resolved peacefully.
I heard him talking. He is mean to the bone. He is what it is. I don't think we can convert him. And being a strong wizard, I don't think it's feasible to apprehend him.
Well, I think we should still go in with the intention that we're going to have to fight.
So, are we going?
Yeah, we're going.
I think we're going.
Let's go.
So which direction was it?
We go.
It was about a mile north and slightly something.
Slightly west or something.
Yep. Fire, please make me a wisdom check.
Wow.
Hey, he's good at those.
That's pretty good. You are able to remember quite well where exactly it was. So relying on both those directions that Fire gave you immediately after casting the spell, and also Fire's pretty decent memory.
Thank God it's wisdom and not intelligence.
You get to the, like, sort of the general 1 to 2 blocks where you're pretty sure it's here somewhere. I would like everybody, when you arrive here, to make me a perception check.
I don't think I've really ever made a good perception check in this game.
Who am I missing? Fire. Wow.
Jesus.
You're still also missing Phelan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like, he's gonna fucking notice anything.
Yeah,
3,
true.
2,
Not 20.
1.
He noticed he had 5 fingers on one hand.
Oh, this is quite a nice area of town.
This poor guy.
I think it's Melis. Melis goes bounding off. Emma, you notice Melis seems to have picked up something, and you peer down an alleyway that snakes behind a few houses that ends at a small, kind of new-looking wooden shack up against the back of a stone building. And there's just something, like, everything else here looks kind of old and, you know, grimy. And it's just a nice, new wooden shack.
This looks like a place.
I'm assuming once our attention gets drawn to it, we can all go, yeah, that looks really out of place for this area.
Yeah, it does look kind of odd. I mean, new things are built, but it's at the end of an alleyway, and there's nothing else there.
Hey, Fire.
No.
Can you check if that's magic?
Sorry, just to be clear, it's just a shack that's not attached to anything.
It's attached to the back of a stone building.
Yeah, it's like up against the back of a stone building.
Okay.
Doesn't Zoe have it permanently?
No, it takes 10 minutes for Zoe to cast it. You can do it innately, which will be faster.
Okay, I'll do detect magic.
I assume you're getting close enough to actually detect the magic.
It lasts 10 minutes, so I do
Okay.
it far away so I don't step on any traps while getting there.
Mm-hmm.
But I do get closer. And I try to be as normal people walking as I can.
Okay. So you all enter this alleyway. The ground here was fully cobblestone once, but it's kind of patchy now. There's a bunch of stones that have been lost over time.
Can I hang back near the mouth just to kind of keep a lookout, make sure we're not drawing any attention?
Sure, make me a perception check. You don't like. There's people walking around. It's early morning. People are going to work, going to buy groceries and stuff. Nobody seems to be paying you any particular amount of attention. Fire, as you're in the lead, and as you get a little bit closer within range of the shack, and in range of the building, magic, 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 magic.
Yep. Something.
You sense magic within the shack. The shack itself is not magic, and you sense magic coming from the wall of that stone building.
Okay. Do I sense like a point of magic in the floor or something that will immediately sound like a trap?
Like just on the ground outside? No.
Yeah. And not like illusion? Do I get illusion?
From the wall, yes. From whatever's inside the shack, no.
Do I get evocation? I'm not gonna ask for everyone, but just those two.
You would recognize it as feeling very similar to that teleport circle that was in the sewers. Whatever the heck that happened to be.
That's transmutation.
Transmutation, yeah.
Okay.
I go back and tell, most probably that wolf is false. Most probably the other end of the circle we didn't follow through is inside that shack. I don't see any traps, but that doesn't mean there isn't any.
Right.
Is Treverian inside this building?
I mean, we don't have any way of knowing that.
Oh, Bodhi.
You could.
Could
You've seen him. You could.
Treverian's inside of it?
I could look at creature, but I don't know if 1,000 feet is enough here.
It's worth trying. Sorry, I was trying to get my words in between barks.
Jamie, do you feel it's enough 1,000 feet to cover the whole area, or I feel like I'm gonna grab a corner and it's not gonna do anything?
So 1,000 feet is about over an eighth of a mile. So it's a significant portion of space.
Hang on, I'm just reading the spell here. Huh. Please hold while I do mental geometry. I mean, it could be. Like, you don't know. If there is an illusion on that stone wall, you don't know what's behind it. Right?
It lasts an hour. If we're going in, I'm gonna cast it.
Yeah, you guys just draw concentration as needed.
I'm gonna cast it as soon as we are starting to walk with decision to there.
Okay. So when you cast it, where are you?
In the corner where we are talking before starting to walk to the place.
So you went down to the end of the alley to check the thing out and then came back, right? So
Yes.
just inside the alleyway.
Yes. I am wherever you guys were waiting for me.
Okay. I think... Sorry, I need to, like, actually do a little bit of math here.
Loading. DM loading. Please stand by.
Yeah, okay. Then yes, you do sense him.
Oh.
Up.
Straight up?
A little bit at an angle from, like, the roof of the mouth of the alleyway. But, like,
So is he
looking
like
at where that building is, where the stone wall is, pretty much straight up.
He got that tower.
Hmm.
Didn't we know that he was living in a tower?
I feel like yes.
I feel like we heard about this wizard tower.
I think it was phrased as Zoe was getting invited to the wizard's tower, but we didn't know that it was literally a tower.
Yeah, we didn't know that it was an invisible tower inside the city.
Yeah, for clarification, looking at the building and then seeing where this spell is pointing him to, does Fire think that Trevelyan is reasonably inside the building or hovering above it?
Fire, make me a perception check. Now that you kind of suspect, hey, there might be an invisible building here, you do notice that, like, there's something in the pattern of the wind that makes you think, yeah, actually, there might be something quite tall at the end of this alleyway. So there's a good chance that he's in it.
Fair enough.
Can I have another look around to see if anything notices us?
You don't see... nothing pops out to you.
I feel like we all flying off and entering to the top layer would be the best idea, but I don't know how we would manage to do that without knowing where is the window.
We wouldn't be able to, I don't think. I don't think we have enough. I don't think we have enough people who can do that to make it feasible.
Yeah, we could.
Does anybody want to look in the shack?
Yes, I will look in the shack.
All right. The shack is locked, but it is a pretty simple lock that Pert could pick without even rolling.
I will let Pert do his thing.
Or you could smash it.
I will let Pert do his thing.
Pert asks whether or not Fire sees anything about the lock. Pert remembers getting stabbed in the hand a lot. He's kind of not looking forward to that happening more.
I don't have detect magic up anymore, but do I remember?
You can make an investigation check to see if you find any traps on that lock.
Yep, I'll do that instead then.
I need to point out I have my locate creature working. It's ticking.
Okay. There are no traps on this lock.
Okay, then yeah, Pert unlocks the shack door.
Okay. Inside the shack is the carriage. There's probably enough room in the shack for, like, 2 carriages side by side. So it's just kind of, like, parked up against one wall. There's enough room for you all to comfortably stand in here. And as you take a closer look at the ground, all of the ground under the shack is still, like, cobblestones. And painted on those cobblestones is a very familiar looking runic circle, right beside where the carriage sits.
And it's encompassing the carriage would fit inside the circle.
No, it's like the
Okay.
carriage is to the side of the circle.
Okay.
It's the landing zone.
Mm-hmm.
Out of character concept, at least, but
Are there any doors in the back of this?
In the back of the shed, make an investigation check.
Hey, Pert, do you see any doors in the back of this?
yeah, let me just take a look.
In the back of the shed, there are no doors.
I don't see nothing.
So it looks like we can't get into the tower directly from here?
There is the wall that is in this, but I know I most probably we're gonna just walk through it.
I'll just, out of curiosity, I'll pick up a small pebble from the ground and just toss it at the wall.
You hear a little tiny thunk of a pebble on a stone wall, and it falls to the ground.
It's probably a door.
Let's...
Why don't we just go there?
Yeah, I'm with this idea. I think
Door
Zoe
out
goes
front.
over and feels wall.
All right, make an investigation check.
Oh, sorry. I thought that's what we were doing already.
No, I assumed you were looking specifically in the back of the shed.
Yes.
These guys are talking about looking on the wall that's not in the shed.
I was looking at the back of the shed first.
Okay,
Okay,
there's
so
nothing
like-
in the back of the shed.
Okay.
Okay, let's go outside.
There's definitely... I think maybe Zoe gets distracted at, like, trying... Like, there's an illusion just barely over top of the stones, and it's really sort of disconcerting to try to feel something that your eyes are seeing and you know isn't real.
It's like trying to find a
Okay.
light switch in the dark in a house that you haven't been in before.
Or something. Oh, yeah.
Zoe manages not to throw up.
It's very, very weird. Camille, you also, or just start running your hands along the wall, and, about at, like, eye level towards the shed, your hand passes over a stone, and it starts to move, and it just depresses a little bit, and then you hear the grinding of stone as a double stone door swings open.
Found it.
Is
Show off.
is it very loud?
It's...
Is stone on stone.
Yeah, it's not quiet.
God damn it.
Well,
Committed now.
committed now, yeah. Let's do this.
I'll go first.
Alright.
Then I go first.
Rizwan leads as you all enter this invisible mage tower. And I need a quick bathroom break here.
Okay.
Dun, dun,
Ta-da!
dun!
Yep.
And we're done for the week.
I would riot.
Then have I got good news for you. There's a game about that. It's called Tonight We Riot.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Why is my stomach doing flip flops?
Did you eat something bad?
Because
No,
Oh.
it's entirely from the game.
we're all gonna have to roll new characters soon.
Fight.
And we're not going to roll the characters.
I mean, you say that.
I have had a new idea for this campaign at Nibbles since forever. I don't want anyone to die, but I'm prepared.
I really don't want my character to die.
Come back.
Welcome back. I have 1,000 concepts, but no actual characters I've hammered out or anything.
Is everybody back? You ready to go?
Now?
Never left.
We always
we're all
need to
here.
ask.
It sounds like Mist left. At least that's what Never says.
Okay, I think we're good.
Okay. In that case, let me change the music.
Dun 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 dun.
Well, not quite yet.
Dun 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 dun
As
dun
you
dun.
enter the door, you are momentarily blinded by bright sunlight. You step in, and it's kind of as if you're entering a little forest glade. There's birds chirping. You hear the sound of gently rushing water. 2 horses drink at a pond on the far side of the room, surrounded by grass and trees. There are also 2 suits of armor up against the sort of near sides of this this circular space.
Guys,
Question.
remember that he knew how to make golems and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how similar do these suits of armor look to the ones that we previously encountered? In this one, didn't we come across like some moving statues or something in the sewers?
But those were like rock golems.
We
Yes.
came across
No, before
shield.
that.
We've come across shield constructs in Alcalara.
Yeah.
And then the moving statues in the wilds. Or those were possessed though, so that's different.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Okay. Either way, I think it's reasonable to suspect that those swords might swing at us.
Mm-hmm.
If the horses aren't the real constructs.
Fire.
As you enter, one of the horses just looks back at you, snorts, flips its tail a couple of times, and goes back to drinking.
Okay, no, those are just horses.
Insight?
Sure.
You're inciting a horse.
Yeah, they seem like real horses. They're pretty chill, actually.
I'm just waiting for one to poop.
Since Rizun is in front, quick look around to see if anything other than the statues is concerning.
Sure. Make me a perception check. You notice, pardon me, 1 set of stairs. This, where's my pointer?
The down ones?
This does not exist. There is no downstairs here.
This is just from the generic map.
Yes.
Is what you're saying. Okay.
This is what happens when I don't build all of my own maps from scratch.
That is fine.
There is a set of stairs that leads up. There's a couple of benches that seem like they're just benches. Some, like, wall sconces that look like they could be lit. Looking up, like, you're pretty sure you're in a building. You don't feel any wind. And you can't see the ceiling. It just looks bright above you.
Is this kind of like the same thing that happened with what's her name's lair? Like, could it just be like an illusory sky or something?
Yeah, it could be.
Just checking that the wizard parking is directly above me.
It is above you.
Good.
All right.
Let's move along.
Yeah, not seeing anything immediately dangerous, Rizwan is going to try to sneakily avoid the attention of the statues and make her way towards the upstairs.
Pert's going to desperately try to do one last. Are we sure? I don't know. Trip lines, raised floor plates. Looking for traps is what I want to say, but just general.
I mean, Perk can just say, "Are we sure we want to move forward without me checking for traps?"
Only he's going to be saying that at a very hushed whisper while he stares at the horses, because he's doesn't trust them.
Phelan, who is behind you, just sort of exclaims, "Oh, look, horses!" and goes over to them.
Nope. I grabbed his shoulder.
What? They're horses.
We're in an evil wizard's tower. We have been around enough to know to not trust anything. Also, they might bite.
They might be trained to bite and make noise. If they're even horses.
He kind of, when you say they might bite, he kind of narrows his eyes like he knows you're right.
So yes, Pert's going to do a search for traps.
Okay, make me an investigation check.
Sure.
And also make me an insight check.
Sure.
You do not find any tripwires, any pressure plates, any traps at all. Which, as you think about it, makes sense if there are two actual horses wandering around this space.
Duh.
I think this is just Pert being paranoid. He does not. He believes the horses are not horses, or they're enchanted, or something. So he's probably paying too much attention to them to really be looking for traps. But he probably also relents to letting the others go on.
All right.
First being Pert, okay.
Attempting to sneak past the statues.
Make a stealth check? You are very sneaky and manage to get up the stairs without anything happening.
Yay.
Or at least like halfway up the stairs.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to run ahead of everyone.
If anything's going to happen, it's going to be from the man in armor clumping around, so.
We follow along.
Hey.
Camille goes next towards the stairs. Make a stealth check?
I did.
Oh, you did. 15. You very sneakily managed to also get up onto the stairs without anything bad happening.
I think Pert looks to the other three and Melis and kind of goes, you, me, okay, and goes up next. And I think he does one of those almost trips over his own 2 fucking feet and just kind of turns it into a saunter. I totally meant to do that.
Pert, calm down.
Are we sneaking?
Please.
Hardly.
Phelan goes next.
Right.
What kind of armor is he in?
What is this NPC stats?
What is his stats?
Those are the only negative ones, I promise.
I don't believe you.
I forgot what kind of armor he's in, Jamie.
Chainmail.
Plate mail.
Roll
Oh,
again.
then he's at disadvantage, technically. He could roll a 0.
See, it's not all bad. He trips on the edge of the stair and just goes like clatter, clatter, clatter as he catches himself.
Into me.
Yep. And you all just like stop.
And look at the statues.
They don't move.
I think they're just decorative.
I think he probably goes through Pert into Camille.
I think Zoe kind of just. She might step on people just to keep walking.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's
just
just
proceed up the stairs as normal now.
Yeah, I think after failing, the others just kind of go, yeah, fine, whatever, just go.
Yeah, just go.
Phelan offers his apologies as you all ascend the stairs.
After ringing the doorbell.
Yeah.
Mm.
If we were gonna do this, I would have just announced our entrance.
The flight of stairs takes you, like... You have to go basically all the way around the circumference of the tower, at a steady incline, before you get to the next floor.
Which looks like some sort of parlor.
Am I
Yeah,
able to, like,
Mhm.
peek up over the edge to see if anybody is in there before we all pile up?
Sure. You peek up. I'm not even going to make you roll. There is nobody in here. There's 2 more suits of armor.
Okay.
But other than that, it seems to be pretty empty. You all walk up the stairs and enter what seems to be some sort of like an office space. Bookshelves line the wall behind a formal-looking desk, and there's a sofa and chairs at the other end. Behind the desk, there's a window with a light streaming through. And like I said before, there's 2 more suits of armor against the walls.
At this point, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, being infected by the paranoia that's been bouncing around, Rizwin is going to go just poke the carpet with the end of her glaive. The not pointy end.
You poke it and nothing happens.
We're high enough now that the light could be coming in from an actual window on the tower, I'm guessing.
Maybe.
Amma, don't you want to cast Pass Without a Trace? Just in case.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Just to have it around.
I will take that off then.
Actually, as you guys sort of mingle around the space or start to enter it, you can actually see what's through the window. The curtains are open, and it seems to be a view of the ocean.
Does that make sense physically?
While you can see the ocean from Blackcaster, it looks like it's just all ocean.
It's probably an illusionary window.
Secondly, is it the port?
It is not of the port.
Okay, because I was going to say the other alternative is it's a permanent magic view thingy, so that way he could spy on the port. But since it's not the port, you get my train of thought.
Yeah.
So he goes over and has a look at the books.
Yeah, I was going to say, Pert and Zoe, I would encourage you to investigate the desk, actually.
Okay, so Zoe, you're going to look at the bookshelves or the desk?
This is Zoe. She's going to go have a look at the bookshelves.
Okay. All of the books here, they're all very, like, fancy and new and, like you enter some spaces that they've got, like, all these, Encyclopedia Britannica, all these, like, fancy leather-bound books with the gold or silver leaf on them. All of the books look like that. They look new and nice and more expensive than your average book. Looking at what the books actually are, there is, like, the Sheras version of the Encyclopedia Britannica. There's a copy of the Blackcaster tax code. There's some history books.
So my teacher's book.
Yep, that's probably in here somewhere. You pull out some books that aren't actually books at all. It's like a hollow shell of a book that's just there to make it look like the shelf is full.
Is there anything one would describe as useful in this?
In here, make a investigation check.
I don't wanna. Really?
Time to switch browsers.
Yep.
You find 3 copies of Blackcaster's tax code.
I'm
appearances.
I'm guessing this is him just being pompous and look at how worldly and amazing I am.
I think Pert will investigate the desk since Zoe went to the bookshelf.
Why don't we investigate things after we kill him?
Because someone else might steal everything here or we might get called away. So Pert's not investigating, he's just kind of grabbing everything and dumping it in his bag. But I said investigate.
That
Please don't do that, Bert.
Okay. Then Pert's going to take 20 seconds to check for hidden drawers and then leave it.
Okay. There are a couple of drawers in this desk. They are all locked. There are actually some sheets of paper, like a little booklet on top of the desk. Just glancing at it, it seems to be encrypted. At least you assume it's encrypted because otherwise it's just gibberish.
I think Pert grabs just those sheets of paper, nothing else, and
Okay.
leaves it at that. So, like 6 sheets of paper.
Phelan is currently investigating the suits of armor. Takes off the helmet and just looks in and says, "Yeah, it's just a suit of armor."
Don't
touch things, please.
What?
Just to confirm real quick, is it like it's just a window or is there like a balcony?
No, it's just the window.
Okay. I think we should probably move on.
Yeah, you see Fire like, why are we taking so long? Like, move.
Well, it's good to make sure there's nothing behind us, but yeah, let's.
I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm like, move on, please.
As you approach, who's first approaching the upstairs?
Unless someone stops her, Rizwin is still leading the way.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
As you get closer to the stairs, you hear a growling.
Coming from up the stairs? Coming from the stairs?
Coming from the stairs. And it sounds a lot like those dogs that you dealt with last night.
Uh-huh.
Who wants to deal with it?
I hear puppies, everybody.
I don't have it today.
I can deal with it if needed. But I want a target before.
Don't have what today?
Dispel magic.
Did anyone bring a sack of flour?
No.
I have ink.
Ink works.
Is there any ink on the desk?
Yes.
Zoe takes a bottle of ink, hands it to Bert, who probably has better accuracy than she does. Or actually, hands it to Emma, who probably has better accuracy than she does. And be like, can you try to put this on something invisible?
I point out the general area from which I hear the growling coming.
I have a second thought. Emma can kind of shift planes, can't he?
Yeah, maybe
Once
you
a
can
day?
see. Maybe you can see it in the when you're shifted, though. Maybe it's not invisible there. I don't know. I don't know how it works.
Emma's thing only lasts for 1 round.
Yeah, but 6 seconds is still enough time to acquire a target and react to it. Right? Like,
Emma, what do
hypothetically
you
speaking.
think?
I feel like if it was in the plane that I go to, we wouldn't be able to hear it.
Okay, that's fair. Then Zoe would like Emma to target sound and throw ink bottle at it.
We'll try to do that.
Make an attack roll.
Particular kind of attack roll?
Roll a d20 plus dexterity, but with no proficiency bonus, because I don't think Emma's proficient in improvised weapons. So just roll a dexterity check, I guess. You take a second to aim it up, throw the bottle of ink, and sure enough, it shatters partway to the ground, and the ink spills all over something that was previously unseen, revealing the body and hindquarters of an invisible dog.
Grapple.
Okay, make a grapple check.
Is that just no? That's athletics, right?
It's athletics. It's contested athletics check.
It fights you much harder than the other ones did, but you are still much stronger than it and managed to get it grappled.
Hey, Jamie,
Mhm.
the window, can it be opened?
I don't think so, unless you wanted to break it. Looking at the window, it's got the very, very thin metal lattices through it. You could bust through it if you wanted to, but there's no crank to open the window.
So it would not be easy to throw dog out window.
No.
We are unable to defenestrate the invisible dog.
Sorry, I'm trying to save spell slots here. I guess Zoe goes over and makes the dog disappear.
Okay. With a simple cast of Dispel Magic, the dog poofs out of existence.
Listen for any more growling.
Mm-hmm.
You take a second to listen. You do not hear any more dogs.
Are there any other vials of ink in the desk?
Maybe there was just one on top of the desk. The rest of the drawers are locked. So there might be more, but not immediately accessible to you.
Hey, Bird, can you do your magic?
Yeah. Pert will quickly check the drawers for traps, but then pop them open.
Okay. Looking inside the drawers, you do find one extra bottle of ink. You also find a few notebooks that are also encrypted. They look like lists.
Pert will also pocket that list.
Okay.
All right, sneaking up the stairs.
Yep. We have passed without a trace now.
Okay. As you are moving up the stairs, please make me a perception check.
Assuming it was stealth as well.
Yeah. Oh, where's Phelan?
Ignore that plus 10.
So.
We're rolling as perception or stealth?
Both.
Both.
Jesus Christ.
I thought just I was rolling perception since I was in the front.
Well, Emma did cast Pass Without a Trace, I do believe.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so roll stealth with plus 10.
Yes.
I'm not even gonna have Phelan roll perception. He's at the back of the group and is Phelan. Nah! He's Phelan!
Phelan's so hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
I hate this, but I really feel like Rizwan is starting to feel sorry for him.
I mean, if people are supposed to see us and think that we're good people because of the action we did, it's valid that you see Phelan and be like, he's not a bad person.
Aw.
He's not a bad person, just in a shitty organization, maybe.
I don't even think that she thinks he's a bad person. I think she's fucking terrified of him.
Yeah, you can still be scared of a good person.
Yeah.
Anyway, before we get off on too much of a tangent, we do perception after we head up the stairs. And some of us see...
Yes, so Rizwan, you're at the front. And with a 16 perception, as you're starting to... Like, your head is just starting to poke into the next room. It's a little darker. There's a lot of, like... It's mostly lit by torches instead of by fake, questionable windows. But you notice, on the floor, like, where the staircase would meet the ground of this level, there's a slight blue glow.
Hi there. It's currently 6:45 p.m. with a current temperature of 4 degrees.
Coming up a little farther, I presume that you are not touching the glowing blue bit.
Yes, I will attempt to avoid that.
You
I will
immediately
also point it out to everybody coming up behind me.
All right. So as you kind of start to enter this space, you immediately smell metal and oil. The torchlight glints off of metal armor laid out on tables, some kind of scattered haphazardly and some laid out proper. Piles of torn up scraps line the corners. Like the previous room, you see bookshelves lining the far wall.
Golem workshop. Okay, don't step on that.
No.
Oh, Nibbles sees something that Nibbles wants.
What are those?
Ooh, shiny.
Shiny.
Shinies.
I have a feeling out of character. I know exactly what that is.
Oh dear. I'm assuming Zoe's kind of talked about the creation of magical items at this point with everyone. Especially after dealing with the golems, right?
I mean, depending on if you're paying attention, you've seen her and Fire do 3 nights of magic.
Yeah, so putting one and one together.
Oh, crap. Never mind.
Golem workshop.
Okay, I would like to do a quick sweep looking for other dangerous things.
Yeah, we can deal with the shiny stuff after.
Okay.
Doesn't somebody have to resist the shiny stuff?
I mean, she has to notice it first.
The way the room is lit, all of the metal looks very shiny as well.
There's a lot of shiny, is what you're saying.
Right. What are you looking at, Rizwan?
I'm checking. I'm just going around to see if anything is going to jump out and bite us. Is there any growling? Do any of these things come to life? Are there traps anywhere?
As you go towards this like right-hand side of the room, and get close to this table, the big metal armor just sits up and
Freeze.
slightly like turns its torso in your direction. It's just sitting on the table and waits.
Just not moving.
Back up slowly.
And after a few seconds of just dead silence of everybody going, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, it swings its legs off the table and stands up at attention. And I would like everybody to roll initiative.
Well, it was going to happen eventually, guys.
Bop me, grana, weep, ninny bomb.
That's the universal greeting, not initiative. Why am I? Oh, I'm not on it.
Oh, this place is huge.
That's a fucking concerning icon to see.
Please, well, it's not entirely correct, unfortunately. As this thing sits up, it is a very large, sort of iron suit of armor looking thing, but it has no head.
Okay.
It looks more like what's on the map instead of the token. I guess it would be more like here.
Hey, I got my original initiative.
I have no head, but I must pound invaders into the trash.
Do you have a token for our failing friend?
Oh yes. Please give me a minute while I
Insert one generic soldier token.
No, I do have a token for him.
Ooh.
I just need to. I should have had all of these monster sheets out and ready to go, and I didn't.
See, 2 rolls.
So I had someone talking my Rizwan got close to these things because shiny. Is that what happened?
No, she was checking the room for dangerous things and found
okay. Okay.
She was trap detecting with her hit points.
And she was at the front of the group as
Constitution-based
well.
trap detection.
As this thing stands up and sort of stands at attention, the rest of you notice, you hear more metal sounds coming from the left. And there is
The left meaning like this table?
Nope.
Or
Right
here.
here.
Oh, hello, little guy.
From this scrap pile of just discarded metal, a form rises out of it. A much, much smaller metal construct.
Tiny, and it's our side.
What? Did I already have the... Okay, God, I haven't done combat in a while. Directly descending. Pert, you are first.
I think Pert would immediately step around, pointing out the little one to everyone, and then move it to deal with the little one first, since smaller means it should go down quicker, right? Yeah, that makes sense. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and he just tries to disable it with his rapier. Crude, but hopefully effective.
Jamie, I've been playing too much Divinity. I thought, okay, David, first the rogue. Okay, Bumpy hire him, backstab him. Adrenaline, backstab again.
It kind of like, it has this sort of awkward shambling posture as you come up to it, and I think that maybe makes Pert underestimated a little bit, and it just, as you go to stab it, it knocks your rapier away.
All right, and then in a quick reverse cut, he cuts in with his dagger as his bonus action.
That hits.
All right. No ally, so turn off sneak attack. And that'll be my turn.
You do a very modest amount of damage.
Well, I have to leave something for everyone else.
Rizwin, this very, very large headless golem has just risen up off the table and is staring down at you. What do you do?
Does it have a weapon of some kind?
Yes.
Okay. I am going to, first of all, get a little angry.
Okay.
I will leave it up to you whether or not the method in which she gets angry is both familiar and noticed by Thalen.
Noticed. We'll just say no.
Okay. And she will attempt to relieve this construct of its weapon.
Okay.
What is the method?
It is a very large sword. Very much like the one in the picture.
The method for getting angry.
Oh, basically anybody who has seen a dragon transform would recognize it as sort of that. It's like a little shimmer. Reckless as well.
Okay.
That was an advantage.
Okay, roll again.
23, 18.
18 misses.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, well, let's turn that off then. And go with the second attack. Holy shit! That's unfortunate. Oh well.
You roll with it, right? You just roll with it.
We'll turn that on. We'll turn that on. We'll click on that. And then we'll click that.
Strength saving throw. It should not be at disadvantage for the saving throw, so 19 makes it. But it
that's concerned.
Still takes. It is a very, very large metal construct. It seems like it would be very strong. Like the sword it's carrying is almost as tall as you are. 19. All right. Your first attack just kind of slides off the armor, but the second one you manage to like get it underneath a plate of armor and do a little bit of damage to whatever's underneath.
It's not a remember, right?
No, I didn't remember. Her glaive is remember.
So it did magical damage.
Oh,
yes.
I'm sorry. Yes, I clicked on the wrong thing. There should be 1 extra damage on that.
Okay, perfect.
And also, that was a 29 to hit, not a 28.
Jesus Christ.
Would that make the original ones 19s?
Yeah, does a 19 hit?
No.
Okay. That's my turn.
Okay.
Oh my god, Map.
It's Phelan's turn, and Phelan is going to go help Pert. He kind of takes one look at the big guy and goes, I think my skills are better elsewhere. And I guess I sort of neglected to mention that he's carrying a big-ass halberd. That should be... Why is this a disadvantage? Oh, stealth. His 16 does not hit, but the 21 hits. Do damage? Phelan manages to also get a bit of a hit on this thing. And that is all he can do. It is this golem's turn.
Uh-oh.
Hurt. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom. The one I get a free saving throw bonus in like 4 levels.
Alright, you hear gears whirring inside, and you see a bit of a magical light coming from it, and all of a sudden you feel your body just start to slow down. You cannot use reactions, your speed is halved, and you cannot make more than 1 attack on a turn.
Rogues can't anyway.
And you can repeat the saving throw at the end of your next turn.
You can choose an action or a bonus action. You can't do both.
Yep.
And I think that is all it can do. It is. This golem. Well, it still has its sword. Boy, oh boy. It looks in Rizwan's general direction. And brings its sword up, and then very quickly brings its sword down. I assume a 25 hits?
Yeah, slightly.
And again. Oh.
27. 13.
So the fact that it's headless, it seems to still know where things are?
So Rizwan attacked with Reckless.
Yes. So that's just 1 attack so far.
22.
Oh, I thought that you were rolling the advantage.
No. It would normally be a disadvantage
okay.
because it has no head.
It can't see or probably hear you or something.
Alright, yeah, that hits.
Yeah, but you did a lot of flailing around, so it has some idea of where you are. Emma!
Its targeting computer has been disabled.
Also, did it move closer to Rizwan to hit it?
No, it has a very, very large sword.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna hunter's mark the big guy. And then I'm gonna shoot the big guy.
Alright. That hits. Alright, your arrow sticks in underneath one of its shoulder plates.
I'm gonna shoot it again.
16 misses. Your next arrow just kind of skids off of its bicep.
Thank you for
Alright, Kamal.
Well, I am going to move my full movement and get close to Rizwan at least.
Okay.
And... That should have cast a spell. I don't know why I didn't.
Oh, that's weird.
And I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on it.
It's learning.
Can a creature have 2 hunter's marks? I guess there's no reason why it couldn't.
Yeah, it's my spell on it, not anyone else's spell.
It has 2 hunter's marks.
No, it's my card.
Listen, it's part of my class conceit. I didn't design the class. That's my turn.
Okay.
Sorry, what?
Action?
I don't have an. I can't hit it yet. I'm not in range.
Before I do anything,
Actually, I do have an action. Take 20 hit points, Rizwan.
Sure.
First one, you feel a hand on your shoulder, and some of Camille's divine energy heals the rather large beating you just took.
I mean, I don't know if it was rather large. I was alright.
It looked large.
I will be about to die if we took that hit.
Good thing Rizwan takes that damage.
Mm-hmm.
I will also remind you, Quasta, you are currently concentrating on a spell.
I know. I wanted to ask, what's the situation of the spell right before I cast another thing?
He is still above you. Has
Does it
not
move?
moved.
Can
It's
I?
maybe moved like 5 to 10 feet in any particular, like sideways. It has not moved up or down.
Okay, and I can I don't remember the spell. Can I see? Can I know how close it is?
Let me look it up.
The direction of creature's location. If the creature is moving, you know the direction of its movement.
So not how far away it is.
Fair enough.
Yeah, there's nothing that specifies, but there's nothing that specifies it doesn't either.
It says that I know the direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know up.
So you know up.
Yeah. I'll move around here.
Okay.
And try something dumb. This is gonna be more helpful. Yes? No? I don't know.
Mm-hmm. You do you.
I'm gonna cast heat metal on his torso. The big one.
Okay. Can you link the spell, please?
I don't think you can cook and burn when there's nothing to burn. So there's nothing to cook. Sorry, cook and book.
Good book.
Okay. You cast heat metal, and the golem's form starts to give off just the barest hint of like a reddish glow. It seems to stand a little taller and look a little healthier. Please roll 2d8.
Oh, god damn it.
Okay. It heals for 9 hit points.
Okay.
I turn it off. That I cast Shillelagh in shame. That's my turn. Do I count that as fire healing?
No, you did. You attempted to do damage to it.
Zoe.
I'm gonna count that that's -9 damage.
I think so. I just Eldritch Blast the big one.
Okay.
And sends Elle to go help Pert.
The 13 misses. It just goes sailing over the place where its head would be. The 26 hits. I have these. Yeah.
I've fixed most of what fire did.
Alright, anything else?
Nope.
Okay, Pert.
Alrighty.
It is like you are trying to move through syrup.
And even with the owl's sudden dash past distracting the creature, I think Pert kind of takes forever to reposition in behind, with Phelan also distracting it, and then he attempts to just drive his rapier into its chest.
Sure. 22 hits.
Good.
This damage counts to the owl.
26. Perfect.
And then you said a wisdom saving throw at the end of the turn?
Yes.
Okay. That's not a... Oh, wait. This is a mental... Oh, crap. I didn't do that last turn. Pert's a Veldalkin.
Mm-hmm. I was wondering what you were thinking.
So he has advantage.
On all mental saving throws.
Okay.
So the 7 would have been the second of the first one?
Sure.
So
17 is exactly what you needed.
good stuff.
You
So-
are no longer slowed.
Yay.
Rizwan.
Second verse, very similar to the first. I'm gonna click the right weapon this time, though.
21 hits.
I try disarming again.
Okay. Ooh, it fails. You manage to just kind of get your glaive entangled with the sword, and give a little pull, and it goes skidding across the room. It is disarmed. And takes 20 damage.
Is the sword close enough to it that it could reasonably pick it up without having to get past me?
I'll just tell you this. It is close enough, but also this thing has no head and can't see. Yeah, there.
It's like you drop his weapon off, and he immediately look in another direction.
Wait, fuck, where are my glasses?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
I'm in this conversation. I don't like it.
I put them down last night. I don't know where they are this morning.
Yeah.
I'm going to just stand on top of it, I guess, and attack again.
Okay.
I don't like not kicking it away. But...
I mean, it's probably like a 50-pound hunk of metal you're trying to kick away.
Yeah,
too.
if you were going to kick it away, I would want a strength check from you. 28 hits. Oops.
That's my turn.
2 damage went to the wrong target. Please hold as I recalculate the hit points.
We
11.
all needed a refresher on combat.
Alright. It is Phelan's turn, and he is going to move around a little bit. Actually, no, that's not true. Oh, God. I don't want to move both of them. He's going to stay here to try and block this thing from getting to the more squishy members of the party, namely Zoe.
Damn it, stop humanizing this guy.
But he is unhuman. Well, unelf.
He connects with his first hit. Why is it not automatically rolling damage?
There's a setting.
I usually turn that setting on. I must have just forgot with this guy. And his second attack also hits for a whopping 14 damage.
Wop.
He's already doubled Pert's damage in this battle.
It is the golem's turn. It is. I think it's going to try and attack Phelan. I'm
I
just
thought you meant the big golem for a minute.
shoots out with its fist. Click the thing. Does a pretty decent hit. But as its fist connects with like Phelan's face, you see bits of metal on its arm just splinter off.
Like it's wrecking itself while it hits something?
Yeah.
How does he look after that hit?
He's sure gonna feel that in the morning, but he's not down.
Is he bloody?
There is blood, yes.
I mean, he's probably got a broken nose.
Ow, my nose.
He could maybe take another hit like that, but not much more. It is the big golem's turn. And it is going to swing out with its fist now that its sword is gone. I think again towards Rizwin.
All right then.
And again.
That's the fist.
Christ.
Something healing you beforehand.
Okay, well.
This is not a disadvantage, right?
This should be
yes, they are. They should be just flat rolls.
They should be just flat rolls, but it's still the first one in every roll that counts, so it doesn't matter. It wants its sword back, damn it.
Can't have it.
Emma, it's your turn.
I'm gonna fire the bow.
Fire the bow. At the big guy? 20 hits.
I'm gonna fire it again.
$17 misses. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, I think I'm fine for now.
Okay. Camille.
I'm gonna step in and try to get this thing's attention. Gonna swing.
20 hits.
And I'm gonna smite. And I'm gonna swing again.
16 misses.
I'm not gonna smite.
So that's 22 damage. Okay, this thing is definitely starting to look kind of rough. Parts of its armor are starting to like split open.
And I just say to fire no literal fire, please.
Yeah, I noted.
Fire, it is your turn.
I cast Conjure Major Woodland Being.
You sound so sad about it.
Yeah.
Is it because you know they're gonna get smushed?
No, because I'm gonna ask for 2 level 1s, and I could get Screaming Videlkis.
Oh, no. Not Bob.
No, not Bob. The Screaming one.
It's Faye, right?
Yeah, Faye.
Yeah.
Okay, roll me a d5, please.
Here is for the Dryads.
What'd you get?
I get 2.
2.
Ooh, something new.
Ooh.
bellowing Vodalkins.
That is.
The Delkin Tabernacle Choir, it appears.
Oh. Give me a second, guys.
Oh dear, this is not the best thing you could have gotten.
Are they like fire imps or something? I don't
No.
know.
It's satyrs.
Yeah.
We do a lot. Give me a second, please. Oh my god, they're useless.
What the hell is that picture?
They're satyrs.
The ones from the Monster Manual.
I think they're the.
They're satyr revelers.
Oh, that's from Theros.
In the fray, my little boys.
Oh, okay. The bigger picture makes a lot more sense. I can see it now.
Ooh.
They
God
could maybe
help.
survive one hit.
Yeah. And bonus action. No, I gotta save the bonus action. I do nothing more. And these guys do a ram attack. 2 each.
Man.
Nah.
They speak common. I'm out of my water. I don't have name for them.
Okay.
Fifth one is gonna attack the big one.
Ford and Chrysler.
Ford and Chrysler.
All right. Well, the first one misses terribly. I don't even know which one it's attacking, but it misses terribly.
And the second one to the small one.
Okay. 16 hits. And 20 hits. Oh my goodness.
Ford, where the hell are we? I don't know, Christ, but you got the short stick.
Zoe, you're up. Ty?
You're
Oh,
very
you're-
quiet.
Very, very.
Not sure how I muted the switch, but I need to swap to the other cable at some point. Eldritch Blast to the face
Okay.
of the
Big
big
one?
one.
Okay. 20 hits.
So 11.
Yeah. I think you blow off part of his shoulder plate.
Wow.
Wow.
5 healing points to Phelan. He's apparently
Okay.
rubbing off on my dice.
Alright, anything else you'd like to do?
I'm out of actions.
Okay. Pert! You are back to your speedy self.
And with that sense of relief, I think he will continue to dip and dive around the golem, trying to make sure it doesn't take down Phelan before Phelan fails. I've still got the owl backup, right?
Yep.
Good stuff.
That hits.
And La Bomba.
Ooh. 31. This thing is also looking pretty hurt.
And with the backhand dagger, just to make sure that things are being dealt with.
That hits.
Okay. Can we beat a 1? We beat a 1.
Very nice. You lever one of its armor plates off and just goes skidding under the table.
Alrighty. Pert will stay in combat for now.
Okay. Ty, were you gonna say something?
I was gonna say that's the best that dagger could do.
Yeah.
Without some more training.
Rizwin.
Stabby, stabby.
Slashy, slashy.
Oof.
Oof. 13 misses.
So does a 17.
Yeah.
That was unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you hack away at this thing to no avail. Phelan looks in surprise at the satyr that has appeared beside him and goes, are these things friendly?
Buddy, I'm friendly as fuck.
Excellent! And turns his attention back towards the golem.
Is he as friendly as fuck, or is he just down to fuck? He's a satyr.
I mean, both.
Oh, I mean, satyrs, yeah.
He's probably got a hip flask.
Phelan misses both times. Seems a little bit shaken after that big hit he took. The golem... Oh, I need to add that healing to Phelan.
Uh-oh.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, no.
Phelan's gonna get hit again. Where is this thing? 19 misses!
Oh, bless full plate.
Its fist comes down on Phelan's breastplate and shatters. The breastplate is fine. It's the golem's fist that shatters.
That one's not very well constructed.
Yeah, this thing's kind of a mess. Its armor class goes down by another point.
But it is well destructed.
Now, who does Big Ugly want to fight?
I think he's gonna go for you, since you were right smack in the middle there.
Sounds like a plan. No.
15 misses.
That hits. Just.
Yes. He, despite not having a head and being a disadvantage, it's kind of hard to avoid being as big as it is, and it gets one good hit on you.
I think I just grunt.
Emma.
I am a fire heroes.
Pew pew.
That hits.
Oh, concentration.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're fine.
I see a running theme with these arrows.
You just get off target after the first one. You just get excited.
The barrel heats up and it changes your aim. I assume
still working on
Phelan.
rapid fire.
Sorry, Ty?
I assume Phelan hasn't noticed the fact that the unstringed bow is firing arrows.
Probably not.
He might. You never know.
He's busy with the little dude.
Yeah. His back is to Emma. Camille.
Alright, well, I'm not going to waste powerful stuff on this guy yet.
28 hits. Jesus, I keep putting damage on the wrong ones.
I hack away at it.
Is... Ooh, very nice. 14... Oh, look at that! With two sword swings, you manage to get underneath its breastplate, and you feel your sword sink into something important with your second hit.
Good.
And it crumples into a mass of metal on the ground.
And I wait for my turn again.
Fire!
Actually, I have movement still.
Yeah.
Go ahead, fire.
I'm gonna just do a chill touch. Or not.
Yes, despite having lost some of its protective outer layer, this thing is not that hurt yet, and manages to resist your attack.
I transfer Hunter's Mark to this thing.
Okay.
I'm unreasonably frustrated by a spell with a range of 120 feet being called Touch.
Yes.
You and everybody else in D&D.
Yes.
Ghost hand goes burr.
Well,
Actually, in this case, ghost hand goes. Right over
Ghost
the head.
Hand lives up to its name, being a ghost.
Sager's turn.
yeah, Ford is gonna try to hit.
Okay. 16 hits. 13 does not.
Chris, that thing's dead. Why do you come here and help us? Be useful.
13 misses. 10 also misses.
I said useful. Hey, guys. Fire says, I said, guys. Don't be so rude.
Alright, Zoe, it is your turn.
I'll just blast.
I think you probably have to come out from around the crate to see it very well.
Oh, fine.
Both of those hit.
22. Phelan's still looking pretty rough, right?
Yeah.
He's a sweet boy, but his nose is a little broken.
Yeah.
Much better.
Oh, much better.
I don't remember. That healing is in range, or is the owl delivering?
It's ranged.
That is ranged. Oh, that's one more. I don't know why my +1. I guess I didn't type it out.
Okay, he's looking significantly better. Pert, this thing looks like it's on its last legs.
Well, Pert's gonna go for a precision blow to end that dramedy.
Seventeen hits.
Okay. With this many people helping, I'd better have sneak attack.
You skewer it straight through the metal helmet that is its head. And its body just falls down to the ground, and its head is still stuck on your rapier.
And I think Pert swears and spends the next 5 minutes trying to make sure the rapier's not damaged.
It's a magic rapier, Bert.
I think we can be certain that we don't have an element of surprise anymore.
True.
Yeah. Well, that will wake you up in the morning.
Good punch you got there.
Yeah, I'm gonna heal myself
thank
for
you.
another 20.
Okay.
After 15 or 20 times, you stop feeling it as much. You get better at dodging it. Pert tries to say something motivational and fails.
Well, it's not the first time I've been hit in the face, and I'm sure it won't be the last.
We should keep going. If we'd lost the other
Zoe's
surprise.
already walking for the door.
He just passing by heal Rizun. Rizun is hurt, right?
She's like 2/3.
Yeah, this one took a chunk of damage, and
She will also give him a nod and a clap on the shoulder and say, "Well done."
You as well.
So does Rizwan try to wield the giant sword?
Does it look like something that she could reasonably pick up?
No.
It's a
I mean, you could
50-pound
pick it-
chunk of metal.
You could pick it up. Wielding it is another matter.
Does she notice shinies on the way to the stairs?
Make a perception check.
She's not actively looking for it, so passive 15?
Yeah, with a 15, you notice some shiny purple crystals on the table.
Ooh.
8. They'll be here when we get back.
I heal Reason, by the way, for 18.
Thank you. Yeah, put it on. Can she just scoop them into her bag real quick?
She can do that.
Or would it take like a minute?
I mean, if you're just like grabbing them and running, you can do that. They're not like giant hunks of crystal. There's maybe like 3 or 4 ones about the size of your fist.
Okay. Yep, in the bag, up the stairs.
Okay. Please.
Go ahead, sorry.
Please mark that you have 3 chunks of amethyst and 1 chunk of purple sapphire.
Are these of a size that would go into the backpack or the belt pouch?
Backpack.
Okay.
We'll say they're 2 pounds each.
And I'm sorry, it was 3 chunks of amethyst
Yep.
and 1 purple sapphire.
Mm-hmm.
2 pounds each.
Alright. Without missing a beat, you all dust yourselves off and head up the stairs to the next floor. And that is where we're going to stop for tonight.
No.
Ow.
I totally understand that, and as much as I want to keep going for 14 more hours, I'm probably going to lie down for a 2-hour nap before work.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So,
Yes,
as
well.
much as I want to talk more, bye-bye.